All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the artists of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And today, I just want to, redo, a lesson that I went into pretty much, this song from B.B. King, called Chains and Things, or pretty much, he was singing about how he was catching hell, So I just wanted to, revisit this and bring out a few scriptures. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. And, us being in this truth and this knowledge, we have to bear our own cross, so we're going to suffer, afflictions, So let's get into it. The song is called Chains and Things. It says, woke up this morning after another one of those crazy dreams. Oh, nothing is going right this morning. The whole world is wrong, it seems. Oh, I guess it's the chain that binds me. I can't shake it loose, these chains and things. So yeah, pretty much B.B. King knew at that time, it's something wrong with the world, just like we know, especially us being awakened. We know that this world isn't right, everything is upside down, it's backwards, and pretty much sin is, at an all-time high right now, It says, Slakia, before I keep reading those lyrics, I'm just going to start with this. It's the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10. And it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with the sword destruction. So yes, this place, America, is not our rest, This is not the end all be all like the 2/3 of the nation of Israel think, We have a kingdom that's coming, the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be way greater than this madness that we're dealing with here in America, So I'm going to continue. It says, got to work this morning. Seems like everything is lost. I got a gold-hearted, it says gold, but it's supposed to be cold. So Slucky says, I got a cold-hearted, wrongdoing woman and a slave-driving ball I can't shake. Slucky, I can't loosen these chains that bind me. Can't shake them loose. These chains and things. Says, just can't loose these chains and things, So again, let's get into that. So, pretty much, let me see if it's in this. It's lucky it's in the Apocrypha. So yeah, this is the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. And it says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. So yeah, as Baruch said, we are yet this day in our captivity, and we pretty much are subject to payments. It's the reason why, we have to deal with all these bills, having to pay for rent, for brothers. They may have cars, they may have to pay for vehicles, I myself, have to pay car notes, then you have to pay car insurance, it's among a bunch of other things, but we have to pay for all these things, we're subject to payment. And then he says he has a cold-hearted, wrongdoing woman. And then we already know about the woman, especially the so-called black woman. But again, It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 30. And it says, "Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her." And that's the point. That's all I'm going to read, because that's the point I wanted to get in this particular verse. Because again, we're in captivity, and we're also up under these curses. So, the women of our nation are going to commit adultery against us. Just like it says, roughly paraphrasing, if your woman commit adultery against you, just don't be astonished. But again, this is the things that we suffer. It's like, yeah. So I just thought about it. Bam. This is what I was looking for. That's the book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 6. And it says, "Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put them in a bag, into a bag with holes." So yes, pretty much again, he says he has a slave driving boss. Pretty much, we have Esau Edom ruling over us. So we have to work for this man and in this system. And pretty much we don't make, the type of money that we would like. We only make just enough to get by. So that's pretty much what it's saying. It's like we're making money to put it in a bag filled with holes. So coming back, it says, "Well, you talk about hard luck and trouble. Seems to be my middle name. All odds are against me. Yes, I can only play a losing game. These chains that bind me can't loosen these chains and things. Just can't loosen these chains and things." So yeah, pretty much again, he's talking about he's catching hell. Now again, that's pretty much the case for, a lot of us, especially those of us that are in the truth, is like we're in between a rock and a hard place. Let me see if I can find that scripture. Let me see. All right, Slakia, I can't find it. Can't remember exactly how it goes, but pretty much us being between a rock and a hard place, because again we're catching hell. But also, one point I also want to point out is that he says he can't shake these chains. Now as we know, we're not in bondage anymore, but also it's like we're not in bondage, but we are, slaves to this system, you know. And, our people, they have, mental chains on them. So let's get the book of 2 Peter, chapter 2, and verse 4. So 2 Peter 2 and 4, and it says, "For if Yahweh spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reserved unto judgment." Now, it's not talking about, fallen angels and, the place underground that's burning called hell. No, those angels, that were in their first estate, that's going into, the sons of God, before they were called Israelites, when they pretty much fell from their first estate. Because again, man, when I say man, I mean, Israelites, we were created to be immortal, but, the sons of God went off because they were committing, iniquity, and they were sinning. And then again, because that's why the lifespan of man was cut down to 120 years, because they were pretty much, running amok in the earth, and the seed of Cain was also, on the earth as well. But those chains of darkness are ultimately these bodies, that we have that are subject to sin, hence the reason why we go off, let me see. It's like here. It's the book of Romans, chapter 7. And I'm going to start at verse 17. And it says, "Now then, is it no more I do?" It's like here. "Now then, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. For I know that in me, that is, in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good I find not. For the good thing that I would I do not, but the evil which I would that I do. Now, if I do that I would not, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me." And this is talking, the Apostle Paul, pretty much talking about, how he's subject to sin, this flesh, this wicked flesh that we have, because pretty much he's saying he wants to do what's good, but ultimately he ends up doing, what's evil. Now, Paul wasn't an evil man, but, the point being is that, he's saying that he sins, we all sin, Romans 3 and 20, it's like here, Romans 3 and 23, I'll just get it, and it says, "For all have sinned and come short of the glory of Yahweh." And we all have sinned, primarily the nation of Israel, because we were the only nation that received the law, statutes, and commandments, because we are the Lord's chosen people. So I'm just going to read the last few verses, and it says, "Oh, I will pack up and leave today, people, but I ain't got nowhere to go. Ain't got no money to buy a ticket, and I don't feel like walking anymore. These chains that bind me, oh, I can't lose these chains and things." And man, for brothers that, that like listening to old school music. I myself, I enjoy, you know, listening to music from the late 60s and the 70s, because again, even though our people were still, wicked back then, or they're still wicked now, but even though, you know, a lot of the music they made back then, it still had a lot of socially conscious messages in it, it had meaning, unlike this madness that we have today, and I ain't really gonna go into that, but, pretty much BB King was talking about how he was catching hell, man, these chains, and that's the way I look at it, it's spiritual. He's talking about the hell that he's catching being here in America. His woman, was cheating on him. He's working at a job that he hates. He's not making a lot of money. And pretty much that's the case for a lot of us, man. We hate this place. We hate everything about it. America is the worst place on this planet, and we just pray that, we be of the elect so that we can see the Lord's salvation, because we know, the end game for this place is going to be destroyed, but before that takes place, we have to suffer these things. And then, let me see. And I'm going to go to the book of John chapter 15. And verse 18, I'm going to end it on this. And it says, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world will love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will also keep yours. So pretty much the Lord was telling us, speaking to us now, but ultimately, was letting the disciples know, the things that they were going to have to suffer, once he sent them out, into the world, because this world hates us, man. This world hates us. And this is what B.B. King was pretty much talking about, that he was pretty much hated of this world, and so are we. So this, I'm going to end it on this. Pretty much Yahweh Shai praying for the elect. And it says, and now come I to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves. I have given them thy word, and the world hath hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. So again, I'm just going to read 17 and that'll be it. And it says, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is the truth. And yeah, this world hates us, man. And we're going to catch hell in this thing. And that's the one thing the elder Big Gad, told me a few months ago, when I first met him, and give double honors to, the elder. But, that's the one thing he emphasizes, that, man, you brothers gonna catch hell, which I've known subconsciously, but at the same time, it's something that, I'm reminded of daily, and I'm pretty sure either, even, brothers are, reminded, just because of our daily, whatever afflictions we go through on a daily basis, whatever hell we catch was specifically designed for each and every one of us. Every brother's affliction isn't going to be the same, So that's pretty much it. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. To the next time.